start at the top of the mat in a forward fold standing. So think ragdoll. Put a deep bend in the knees. This is just a gentle way to open up the low back and the back of the legs. We will be working the back of the legs a little bit. I just kind of am assuming if you guys are anything like me, we're out walking as much as we can just to get some fresh air. So we'll get into the hamstrings a little bit in the short amount of time that we have with each other. So opposite elbows, you can sway a little bit side to side. And even though it feels a little stuck and tight, you can still find a deeper breath here. You have to work a little bit harder to access it. We're only going to take 3 more. Keep the knees as soft as you want. Allow this to feel good. But definitely let the head hang heavy here, because I don't want you to feel tension in the back of the neck. We're feeling enough tension throughout the course of our days right now. Maybe shake the head out yes and no. Take 1 more breath. Exhale it out. Make sure your knees aren't buckling in. Come up to fingertips or press your hands into the shins for a halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Come up again 1 more time, flat back, long spine on your inhale. Exhale, soften your knees and fold back in. This time, press into your feet. Inhale, reach up, get nice and tall here. Reach up through the fingertips and feel the sideways get nice and long. And then exhale, forward fold, make your way back down, Uttanasana. Inhale to your flat back once again. And then exhale, plant your palms and step back 1 foot after the other into a high plank position. Modify as you need, take your time, there's no rush. Allow yourself to feel the practice. When you're in this high plank, stack your arms well to align the spine neatly and nicely. The spine is long, the low belly tones in, and you're taking another breath in here. And then soften your knees, tuck your chin, lift your hips up and back to a downward facing dog. Feel the stretch in the upper body. Pedal out the feet a little bit, lean into the ball of 1 foot and then the other so you feel a little stretch in the side waist. And then as you find stillness, melt the chest to the top of the thighs, wrap the upper arms out and find breath. Inhale and exhale. Use your next inhale breath to sweep your right leg up and back. Hold here at hip height, not any higher on your exhale breath. And then use your next inhale to lift the right leg up higher, bend, stack, and open the right hip on top of the left. Don't let gravity pull the left side body down toward the mat. Keep it lifted, and then draw the right shoulder down. Come up a little higher on your left toes, square your hips off, and draw your right knee into the chest. Dome a little bit in the upper back to make a little extra space, and step your right foot all the way through. Go ahead and straighten both legs. If you have anything near you that serves the purpose of a block, go ahead and take it. Otherwise, just keep a deeper bend in your front leg if it's hard for you or you're struggling to reach the ground. But do send breath to the hamstring, pull the right hip up and draw the left hip down. And of course, don't forget to breathe. Inhale. Exhale. And then rebend your right knee. Float the left foot up toward the top of the mat. Find your halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. And then press into your feet. Inhale, reach your arms up high. Exhale, breath, forward fold. Make your way down. Inhale to your halfway lift. And then plant your palms, step your right foot back and then your left. Back into your high plank position. Shift your weight a little bit forward. You always have the option to lower the knees down. Come down to your first chaturanga push-up. And then press back up to a high plank. Tuck your chin, lift your hips up and back to a downward facing dog. Use your next inhale breath to sweep your left leg up just to hip height. Feel your glute working. And the right leg that you're standing on starts to activate. Use your next inhale breath to lift the left leg a little higher. And then bend, stack, and open the left hip on top of the right, keeping the shoulders square like you're in down dog, and reaching your left knee up nice and high. It's the highest point of your body. Come up higher on your right toes and square your hips off. Draw your left knee into the chest. Keep moving it a little more forward, dome the upper back, and step the left foot through. Here's where you straighten both legs. So straighten is a relative word. If you're having trouble accessing the floor, you keep a little bend. As long as you're getting the release in the hamstring on the left leg. Drawing the right hip down, left hip up. Take another breath in here. And then exhale, soften your left knee, float your right foot to the top of the mat, halfway lift there. Exhale, forward fold. Press into your feet, inhale, reach your arms up nice and high. Feel free to lean back if it feels good. Exhale, forward fold, come back down. Inhale to a halfway lift to lengthen. And then plant your hands down, the left foot steps back. And then the right foot steps back to meet it, high plank position. Same as before, shift your weight forward. Bend your elbows, hold and hover in your chaturanga. And then press back up, high plank. Soften your knees, tuck your chin, lift your hips up and back to a downward facing dog. Breathing in. And exhale, breath out. Making sure you're not holding your breath at any point. Inhale to lift the right leg up. Exhale to draw the knees into the chest. Step the right foot through. Inhale to come up to fingertips. Step the left foot forward, halfway lift. Exhale, breath folds you down. Press into your feet. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, soften your knees, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. And then plant your palms, step your right foot back and then your left, high plank, chaturanga. This time, pull forward and through and enjoy your first back bend, upward facing dog. Exhale, take it back, downward facing dog. Inhale to reach your left leg up and back. Drawing the left knee into the chest, keep moving the shoulders forward and step your left foot through. Come up to your fingertips and then float the right foot to the top of the mat, halfway lift. Exhale to your fold. Press into your feet. Inhale, arms reach up. Maybe you lean back. Exhale, forward fold. Make your way back down. Inhale to your halfway lift. Plant your palms. The left foot steps back and the right foot meets it. High plank position. Come an inch forward and then lower chaturanga. Inhale, shine the heart forward and through, up dog. Exhale, lift the hips up and back to a downward facing dog. Breathe in here. Exhale it out. Take another breath in. Exhale, let it go. And now bring your big toes closer to touch. Inhale to lift the heels up high. Bend at the knees, look forward, jump, step, float, top of the mat. Once you get to the top, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. And then bend your knees, sink your seat, reach your arms up for chair. I want you to sink your hips down low, reach your arms and your chest up high, squeezing your knees and your inner thighs. Take another inhale breath here, and then exhale to your forward fold, come back down. Inhale to your halfway lift, hands may come to shins. And then plant your palms, jump, step, float back, whatever works best for you here to your chaturanga. And then making your way into your upward facing dog, taking it back to your downward facing dog. Inhale to reach your right leg up and back. Step your right foot to your right thumb. Root to rise for a warrior one pose. Root down, inhale the arms all the way up, lift from the waistline. And then exhale, forward and down with your hands. Step back to your high plank on your inhale. Exhale to your chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale to your downward facing dog. Inhale to reach your left leg up. Stepping left foot to left thumb, back heel down. Inhale, breath, reaches your arms up nice and high. Get big here. And then exhale, bring the hands forward and down, frame the left foot, step back to plank and lower chaturanga. Inhale to your up dog. Exhale to your downward facing dog. Breathing in and exhaling out. Use your next inhale breath to reach your right leg up. And then step your right foot all the way through. Back heel will come down. Inhale your arms up for a warrior one. The arms stay slightly in front of you as opposed to framing out your ears, reaching the fingertips up high. So as you lift your gaze a little, the hands are right in front of you. This helps to plug the shoulder blades down the back, ground the back heel down, straighten your right leg on track, and then on your exhale, rebend it and bring your hands behind your back at your sacrum. Heels of the hands stay touching. Take a little back bend here, draw the shoulder blades together, puff the chest, and then start to come forward for a humble warrior. So you may just come down like halfway where you hover right here. If you have a little bit more space, you come down a little bit more, snuggling your shoulder to the inside of the right knee, and the hands can rest on the sacrum or you can lift them up. Take another breath in here. And then exhale, press down into the feet, reach your arms all the way up. And then use your exhale breath to open to your warrior two. Hold here and reach in opposite directions. Bend into the right knee. And then flip your right palm. Inhale, reach up and back. Yogi's choice here. So the modified version is to take the right forearm to the right thigh, which for me right now at the end of the day feels just fine. If you feel like you have a little bit of extra space, your hand comes down to the outside of your right foot, maybe onto a book or a block. And then the left arm can come up and over your ear. Draw the right rib cage forward and rotate the left shoulder open. And the low belly tones deeply into the spine. Try two more breaths here for me. Inhale, spiral the left baby finger down like when we do it in chair. Take another. And then exhale, round your left hand down. You're gonna step into your right foot and lift your left leg up for a standing split. So feel the hamstring get a release, even if you wanna soften your right knee a little bit. And then lower your left foot down to meet your right. Halfway lift here. Exhale, fold. Bend into your knees. Inhale, arms reach up, Utkatasana. From here, draw your hands to heart space. Take an inhale breath and prepare for your chair twist. On your exhale breath, you move the torso over to the right. Your left elbow does not have to hook around your right thigh. If it does, you get a deeper twist. You look up over the right shoulder perhaps, and you press your hands to heart space. Keep pulling back on your left hip and your left knee. For one more breath here. Exhale, let it go. Inhale to pull back up, Utkatasana. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale to a halfway lift. And then plant your palms. You can step back or jump back. You can take your push-up or you can skip it and just come to a downward facing dog. Find the rhythmic pattern of your breath with a deep inhale here and a complete exhale. And then use your next inhale breath to reach your left leg up and back. Coming forward, look to your left thumb and step your left foot all the way through. The back heel will spiral down and you'll reach up for your warrior one hold. So work to get that left thigh parallel with the ground, so 90 degrees behind the knee. And feel yourself sinking down a little deeper into your left hip crease. And then before we set up for our humble warrior, just straighten your left leg on track to release it. And then rebend it, bringing arms down by your side, interlacing fingers behind your back, rotating the shoulders open and shining the chest to the sky. On your exhale, come down. Maybe it's halfway like this. If you have a little bit more room to play with, you come down all the way. Left shoulder snuggles to the inside of your left knee. The hands can lift up off the sacrum as long as the palms of the hands stay touching. If you prefer to leave them down resting, you still get the safe shoulder opener. Take another breath in here. And then press into the feet. Inhale, reach up, warrior one. And then open up to your warrior two. Spread the arms wide. Reach the fingertips in opposite directions. And feel a little stretch in your forearms. Make sure your left knee stays opening up toward the pinky side toe of your foot. It's very common to let that left knee come in. And then flip your left palm, inhale, reach up and back. Reverse your warrior, and then either left forearm to left thigh, or if you'd like, left fingertips to the outside of your left foot. Yogi's choice, depending on how you feel. So you start to feel the inside of that left leg really release here. The inside of the left leg gets longer. Essentially, you're shortening the outer side of the left leg. The right arm can come up and over your ear. Last 2 breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. So bring your top arm down. Load the weight into your left foot. Lift your right leg up for some sort of a standing split. It might mean you lift your right leg up 3 inches. There's something to say about holding the balance here and loading the weight into your left foot, even if it's just for a moment. Less worry about the height of the lifted leg. Take another breath in. Lower your top foot to meet the left at the top of the mat, halfway lift here. Exhale to your forward fold. And then finding your chair pose, Utkatasana, bending at your knees, inhale your arms up. This is a major quad strengthener, and our quads are the longest muscle group in our body, so we always want to work them. Sink down a little deeper, pull the weight in the back of the heels, and bring your hands to heart space. Take an inhale breath here. And then on your exhale breath, you'll twist around to your left, twisting right around the spine. As best you can, just remember, even if you're not hooking, you work to pull the right hip and the right knee back into space. Nice little adjustments. Take another breath in and an exhale breath out. Inhale to pull back up to chair pose. Exhale to forward fold and release out. Come to your fingertips or hands to shins, halfway lift. Plant your palms, step back or jump back. Take your flow or skip it. We'll all meet back in a downward facing dog. Finding your breath, inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Use your next inhale breath to reach your right leg up and back. Coming forward, right knee hugs into the nose. Feel the upper back, dome even more. And then step your right foot through and make your way into your warrior 1. And then open it up to your warrior 2, widen the stance, and then move your right heel over. And then prepare to hold this warrior 2 for 5 breaths. So you're reaching once again with the fingertips in opposite direction. You've been here. Root the outer blade of your left foot down into the mat and pull up on the left kneecap. I'll give you a hint that triangle is coming next, so you will straighten the front leg, so don't save yourself. Play your edge, 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Start to straighten your right leg. Adjust your back foot if you like a shorter stance and reach far forward with your right hand. Let your right hand make its way down to your right shin, or once again to a block to the outside of your right foot. Reach your left arm up and lean the torso back. You can move the left hip a touch forward. Keep a touch of softness in your right knee so you're not locking it out. Think of just pulling the shin just a tiny bit forward toward the front of your mat. If I were with you in person, I would barely see any movement there. Take another breath in. And then exhale. Left hand will come to left hip. We're going to find a balance, Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. So get ready to set your balance onto all 4 corners of your right foot. Load the weight into that right foot and maybe take your book or block forward to rest your fingertips on it. And if this is difficult for you, you can just stay in your triangle. Play around with whatever you can find here. Again, there's no rush. You can get what you need and feel in the practice on your own. I'm just here to guide you. Allow yourself to feel, if you're an Ardha Chandrasana, the outside of your left leg working. Maybe lift it a little higher for a breath. And then let your left hand come down. Square your hips. Soften your right knee and take a really big step back for a long lunge. Make sure your feet are on 2 separate tracks. I had to heel toe my right foot out a little bit to the right. And then root down into your legs. Reach your arms up. This is for high lunge, crescent lunge. We're going to work into our twist here. So if this feels better, lowering your back knee down, take the modification. And then drawing hands to heart space, take an inhale. And then an exhale breath, twist you around to the right. And then maybe you come forward, once again, twisting right around the spine. Fill up your chest with breath on your inhale. And on your exhale, notice how small you can make your waist. Inhale again. Exhale. Take one more breath. And then exhale, bring your hands down. If your left knee is not lowered, you can lower it down to the mat. And then untuck your back toes and just straighten your right leg for a runner's lunge. So you'll point your right toes up to the sky. You can stay here and rest on your fingertips, or your left hand can reach for your right toes. Pull them back just a little bit. Get a little bit more out of the stretch if you'd like. If you're taking your hand to your toes, you'll also get a little release in your left side, like low back into the obliques. Take 2 more breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale again. Exhale. Release your toes if you have them. Rebend your right knee. Walk your hands forward, tucking your back toes. Low lunge here. And as you step back, you're going to make your way into left side plank. So center your left hand in. The right arm can reach up. Any modifications you need, go ahead and take, which would be bringing the left shin down to the mat. If you're choosing to keep it lifted, the right foot can come in front of your left. Or you can amplify by taking the right arm up and over tree, anything like that. And then round the right hand down to a high plank. Option to take your vinyasa flow or just lift the hips up and back to a down dog. And we'll take it to our last side. Inhale to prepare. And exhale. Inhale to reach your left leg up and back. And then draw the left knee into the nose. Step your left foot through. Ground your back heel. Inhale your arms up nice and high for your warrior 1. And then open up to your warrior 2. So remember, we're holding here for 5 breaths. The places where you kind of get lazy in a warrior 2 is you don't sink down as much as you think you can, and your right arm starts to sack. So try to keep everything the way you know it's supposed to be. You can feel if it's right, and you can feel if it's wrong. 3 more breaths. Inhale. Closing your eyes gives you good perspective. Sometimes you have a view in your mind's eye of what it's supposed to look like, and you find it when your eyes are closed. Take 1 more breath. Exhale it out. Inhale to straighten your left leg, and then adjust your back foot. Start to reach forward, get long through the left side waist, and then let your left hand make its way down to the mat. Reach your right arm up. And again, a little tiny bit of softness in your left knee. And then once you find that softness, press the left big toe mound into the mat. And then feel how much your hamstring, especially the upper part of your hamstring near your seat, gets a nice release there. Bump your right hip a little forward. And then right hand finds the right hip. Soften your left knee even more. Load the weight into your left foot and start to shift and lift into your Ardha Chandrasana. So maybe the right leg lifts up. Maybe you're keeping it down. But always giving you an opportunity to work on balance. Balance poses are the poses that build up our stability, our security. Maybe the right arm reaches up. And then feel the outer side, the outer side of your right leg into your sciatica. Take another breath in. And then exhale, right hand down, right leg goes all the way back, long lunge. And then we're gonna set up for your high lunge, or maybe you come up and then you lower your knee down. Bringing hands to heart space, take an inhale breath here. On an exhale breath, you twist. And you stay right here, or you take the twist around to the outer side of your left thigh. Pressing your palms together, look up over the left shoulder. Same idea, fill up, like make your chest filled with volume here. And then exhale, twist a little bit deeper. Take one more breath in here. And then exhale, bring your hands down. If your back knee is lifted, lower it and untuck your toes. And then send your hips back to your heels. Ground your left heel into the mat and lift your left toes up. Take an inhale for your runner's lunge. And then exhale, maybe your right hand grabs your left toes. You gently pull back on the left toes if you want a little bit more out of the stretch. Take another breath in. Start to rebend your left knee. Walk your hands forward. As you tuck your back toes, you lift your back knee, and as you step back, you're coming right into a side plank. Taking any modifications you'd like or any amplifications you'd like. Feel what works best for you. Try to do what you did on the first side. Holding here for 4, 3, 2. On 1, find high plank position. Shift your weight a little bit forward into a count of 5. Lower yourselves all the way down to your mats. And then once you're down, flip yourselves over like a pancake. Bend at your knees. Angle your toes in slightly once you're ready. We'll work into a bridge pose. Take an inhale. And then exhale, press down into the feet, lift the hips and the low back up. And use the quads to, like the strength of your quads to get into your back bend a little bit more. Take another breath in. And slowly lower yourselves down out of your bridge. So one more here. If you want it to be a bridge, then stay with what we just did. If you have a full wheel in your practice, might as well go for it. If that's the case, the feet set up the same way, the hands come up and over. And you take an inhale breath here. And then on an exhale breath, you root down to lift up into your final back bend. Take a breath to get set here. And then take 3 more for me, inhaling and exhaling. Inhale, exhale. Take 1 more breath. Tuck your chin if you're all the way up, lower upper, middle, lower back. Wherever you are, bring the soles of your feet to touch and find Supta Baddha Konasana. And then draw your knees into your chest. Give yourself a tight squeeze. Maybe lift your head and your shoulders, bringing the eye sockets into the knees and engage your core just a little bit. And then slowly release your shins. So nice. Let your head and shoulders rest down. Extend your legs forward and let your hands and your feet roll away. Allow yourself a minute or so of rest for your bodies and your minds as you start to come to closing your day. We want to find a little closure in the space between our ears as well. Slowly start to wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. Start to bring a little bit of movement back into your bodies from your rest. And then hug your knees into your chest. Allow yourselves to rock off to the right side, essentially moving from corpse pose to fetal position. And then using your left hand to press you up to a tall seat. Take these last few seconds here of quiet to just kind of keep yourself composed. And know that every time you come to your mat, you're allowing yourselves to feel a little bit better than you did before you came into your own home yoga studio. Bringing hands to heart space, take an inhale. Bow your head on your exhale. Thank you so much for letting me guide you with so much gratitude this evening. Namaste.